Welcome. My name is Dr. Smith, and together with Miss Golder, we teach the A-Level Biology course at Beacon Academy. Throughout this presentation, we aim to answer all of the questions that we would normally get asked during an open event. However, if your question is not been answered by the end of the presentation, please do email us on either of the email addresses shown above. Biology is the perfect option if you want to understand how organisms work, how they evolved, and how they live together. However, this comes with a warning, as sometimes students and parents mistakenly believe that biology is an easy option. However, it most certainly is not, and a lot of hard work is required. Biology is a facilitating A-level, which means it's commonly required or a preferred subject to get into university. Many top universities will require at least one A-level in a facilitating subject when you apply. Here are a selection of students from the last 2 years showing what they chose to do after they left Beacon. These students have chosen to further their study of biology within the healthcare field. Students went on to do a range of courses including medicine, midwifery, biomedical sciences, health and human sciences, and physiotherapy. There are a number of different pathways that biology can lead to. These students chose to study conservation biology, ecology, marine biology and oceanography, and animal behaviour and welfare. There are strong links between biology and sports, and every year some students opt to go to university and study biology further through a sports-related course, such as sports performance and sport rehabilitation. Our results from the last 2 years speak for themselves, and these are down to the hard work of the students and the dedication of our staff. Over the last 2 years, approximately 10% of our students have achieved the top grade of an A-star. In 2019, 65% of our students achieved an A-star to B grade, and in 2020, that percentage went up to 80%. The course is divided into 10 different topics. We study 6 of those topics in Year 12 and 4 of those topics in Year 13. The first topic in Year 12 is called Biological Molecules. In this topic, we study carbohydrates, lipids, proteins, DNA, and water. There are strong links here between chemistry. Topic 2 is about cells and viruses, which is highly topical, and reproduction of living things. Topic 3 is classification and biodiversity. There are links here between biology and geography with the study of ecosystems. Topic 4 is about gas exchange and transport. Topic 5 is respiration and photosynthesis. Topic 6 is microbiology and pathogens. And topic 7, which we would normally do in Year 13, is modern genetics. At the end of Year 13, there are 3 exam papers. Paper 1 covers topics 1 through to 7. It's also worth noting that all papers include maths questions, and you will be required to do a minimum or answer a minimum of 10% of the questions which are involving maths at level 2 or above. As in all the subjects at Beacon, you will have 10 hours of lessons in biology per fortnight. The second paper in biology covers topics 1 to 4 and also topics 8 through to 10. Topics 8 through to 10 are Year 13 topics, and they include genetic variation, control systems, and ecosystems. Paper 3 in biology is what is known as a synoptic paper. This means that it can draw on questions from any part of the course. You also need to demonstrate that you have a really good understanding of the conceptual and theoretical experimental methods that we have followed through the 2 years previous to the exams. In order to do well in biology, there are a few things that you need to be able to do. You should be confident and enjoy practical work. You also need to have a good understanding of the scientific and mathematical concepts that you studied at GCSE. You should be able to write clearly, concisely, and logically, and be prepared to do a minimum of 8 to 10 hours of independent study per fortnight. You would need to keep an organised file and communicate with staff, whether that be verbally or via email. At Biology A-Level, there are a wide range of experiments that we do. These range from using microscopes, microbiology practicals, to fieldwork investigations outside. We're really lucky to have a dedicated sixth form centre, as all of our equipment that we use down here stays in the sixth form and is only used by year 12 and 13 students, so it's incredibly well looked after. We have some state-of-the-art microscopes and other equipment that you will not have used at GCSE. Practical work is a really important part of biology, and you should be good at working together as a team with other people, but also have the confidence to have a go at some investigations by yourself. This is a question that we do get asked a lot at open events, and we are aware that some students are asking if there are any dissections because they love to do them, whereas other students might be asking if there are any dissections because they really do not enjoy them at all. There is only one required dissection, which is part of a required practical, which involves dissecting a dead locus to expose the gas exchange system. We then stain the sample that we've collected, and we look at it under a microscope and make a drawing. Other dissections that you may get to do are a heart dissection, a lung dissection, and possibly an eyeball dissection. However, these are completely optional. Some students really enjoy a hands-on approach and learn a lot by getting involved. Other students may not enjoy this, and if this is not for you, then these lessons are optional, and we will give you some alternative work to do. You do not have to stay in the classroom. In the past, we've taken students to Wakehurst Place. We've been able to use the laboratories at Wakehurst Place to carry out some forensic DNA analysis on some different types of plants. We also got a behind-the-scenes tour of the Millennium Seed Bank, where we got to see the scientists cleaning and x-raying and classifying the seeds and putting them into the seed bank. This is a fascinating tour, and it's one that we hope to reinstate once the COVID restrictions are over. Just as in chemistry and physics, there are some required practical experiments that you need to have carried out over the course of the 2 years. In biology, there are 16 of these. By the end of the course, you will have succeeded in passing the common practical assessment criteria. You will write up your experiments in lab books, which will either be done during the lesson or finished for homework. The methodology and the techniques in these required practicals are tested in the third paper for biology. 10% of these questions will come from math skills and statistics. Math skills are really important for analysing data. Subjects that go particularly well with biology include chemistry, geography, and psychology and maths. In psychology, the overlap is through the study of the brain and the nervous system, and also through the use of statistical techniques which are common across biology and psychology. Students that study A-level maths tend to be more confident in the mathematical components, simply because they are using maths on a daily basis. We hope that's answered many of your questions. If you have any questions which have not been covered in the presentation, please feel free to email either of us on the email addresses below. Thank you very much for listening, and we look forward to seeing you as soon as possible.